New Ontario PNP OINP Changes 2025 to combat immigration frauds. Ontario has unveiled key changes to its provincial nominee program for 2025, aiming to tackle rising concerns over immigration fraud. This video reflects the province's commitment to maintaining program integrity while continuing to attract skilled newcomers. If you are interested in this topic, please pay attention and watch the video through to the end to get all the information. Please hit like and subscribe, and don't forget to push the notification bell for an upcoming video. Ontario is taking bold steps to protect newcomers from immigration fraud while strengthening the integrity of its immigration system. On May 28, 2025, the Ontario government introduced the Working for Workers 7 Act, 2025, a groundbreaking piece of legislation aimed at reforming the Ontario Immigrant Nominee Program and cracking down on fraudulent practices that exploit vulnerable immigrants. This video introduces stricter regulations, enhanced oversight, and innovative tools to ensure the OINP remains a trusted pathway for skilled workers, international students, and entrepreneurs seeking permanent residency in Canada's most populous province. In this video, we'll dive deep into the new changes, explore their implications for applicants and employers, and analyze how these reforms aim to combat immigration fraud while addressing Ontario's evolving economic needs. From tougher measures for immigration representatives to the introduction of a new employer portal, these updates signal a transformative shift in how Ontario manages its provincial nominee program. Let's unpack the details and why they matter for anyone navigating Canada's immigration landscape. What is the Ontario Immigrant Nominee Program? Before delving into the new changes, it's essential to understand the OINP's role in Canada's immigration system. The OINP is Ontario's economic immigration program, operated in partnership with Immigration, Refugees and Citizenship Canada. It allows the province to nominate skilled workers, international graduates, and entrepreneurs for permanent residency based on their ability to meet Ontario's labour market needs. In 2024, the OINP issued 21,500 nominations across various streams, targeting sectors like healthcare, technology, and skilled trades. The video operates through two main systems: the Expression of Interest system, where candidates submit profiles for consideration, and Express Entry-aligned streams, where candidates with valid federal Express Entry profiles may receive notifications of interest. Successful nominees receive a provincial nomination, which significantly boosts their chances of securing permanent residency through IRCC. However, the OINP's popularity has made it a target for fraudulent immigration representatives who exploit newcomers, often charging exorbitant fees for false promises of permanent residency. The Working for Workers 7 Act, 2025 aims to address these issues head-on, ensuring fairness, transparency, and efficiency in the immigration process. The Working for Workers 7 Act, 2025, a game-changer for the OINP. Announced on May 28, 2025, the Working for Workers 7 Act, 2025 builds on Ontario's previous efforts to protect workers and immigrants through landmark legislation introduced since 2021. The Act, combined with a set of regulatory proposals and policy actions, introduces significant reforms to the OINP. If passed, these changes will enhance program integrity, streamline application processes, and prioritize candidates who align with Ontario's economic priorities. Here are the key components of the proposed legislation. In-person interviews to combat fraud. One of the most significant updates is the authorization for OINP inspectors to require in-person interviews with applicants. This video aims to verify the authenticity of applications and prevent fraudulent claims, such as fake job offers or misrepresented qualifications. By empowering immigration officers to conduct face-to-face interviews, Ontario can better ensure that only genuine candidates progress through the nomination process. This change responds to a growing concern about immigration fraud. Between May 2019 and April 2024, the Canada Border Services Agency charged 153 individuals with immigration consultant-related offences, highlighting the prevalence of predatory practices. Fraudulent representatives often exploit newcomers by providing false job acceptance letters, coercing them into forging documents, or scamming them out of tens of thousands of dollars. The in-person interview requirement adds a layer of scrutiny to deter such misconduct. Flexibility to establish or remove nomination streams. The Working for Workers 7 Act, 2025 grants the Lieutenant Governor in Council the authority to allow the Minister of Labour, Immigration, Training and Skills Development to establish or remove OINP streams. This flexibility ensures that the program can adapt to Ontario's evolving labour market needs. For example, if demand for healthcare professionals surges, the minister could create a new stream to prioritize these workers. Conversely, streams that no longer align with economic priorities can be phased out. This reform is particularly timely given the federal government's decision to have provincial nomination allocations for 2025, reducing the total from 110,000 in 2024 to 55,000. By allowing Ontario to tailor its streams, the province can focus on high-impact sectors like healthcare, technology, and construction, ensuring that nominations are allocated to candidates who can address critical labor shortages. Returning applications that no longer align with job market needs. Another key change is the ability to return OINP applications that no longer match current job market needs or raise concerns about fraud. This video aims to streamline the application process by prioritizing candidates whose skills and qualifications align with Ontario's economic priorities. By filtering out applications that are outdated or questionable, the OINP can process stronger candidates more efficiently, reducing backlogs and improving outcomes for both applicants and employers. This measure also addresses the issue of bad actors who submit fraudulent applications or misrepresent job offers. By returning such applications, Ontario sends a clear message that it will not tolerate exploitation within its immigration system. New OINP Employer Portal for direct applications. Starting in summer 2025, OINP employer applicants will be able to submit their applications directly and electronically through a new OINP Employer Portal. This digital platform will simplify the application process, making it easier for employers to recruit international talent and support their nominations. The portal is part of Ontario's broader effort to modernize the OINP application system, which includes investments in processing capacity and fraud detection. The introduction of the employer portal is expected to enhance transparency and accountability, as employers will interact directly with the OINP, reducing reliance on third-party representatives who may engage in fraudulent practices. This video aligns with Ontario's goal of creating a more efficient and secure immigration process. Why these changes matter: addressing immigration fraud. Immigration fraud is a significant challenge in Canada, with vulnerable newcomers often falling prey to unscrupulous consultants and employers. Ontario's Minister of Labour, Immigration, Training and Skills Development, David Piccini, has been vocal about the need to protect immigrants from exploitation. Struggling to navigate a confusing federal immigration system, many newcomers put their trust in immigration representatives, many of whom are diligent and honest, but a few bad actors exploit vulnerable newcomers, jeopardizing their immigration status and scamming them out of tens of thousands of dollars, Piccini stated. The Working for Workers 7 Act, 2025 builds on earlier efforts to combat fraud. In November 2024, Ontario proposed legislation to impose stricter standards for immigration representatives, including mandatory written contracts, proof of registration or licensing, and access to application statuses for applicants. Penalties for fraud were also strengthened, with minimum fines increasing from $2,000 to $10,000 and bans of up to 10 years for representatives involved in misconduct, or lifetime bans for serious offenses like human trafficking. The new measures introduced in May 2025 take these efforts further by focusing on program integrity and applicant verification. The in-person interview requirement, for example, ensures that immigration officers can directly assess the legitimacy of an applicant's claims, while the ability to return non-priority applications helps weed out fraudulent submissions early in the process. How the changes impact OINP applicants. The Working for Workers 7 Act, 2025 introduces both opportunities and challenges for OINP applicants. Here's a closer look at how these reforms affect different groups. Skilled workers. Skilled workers applying through streams like the employer job offer, foreign worker stream or express entry-aligned streams, e.g., human capital priorities and French-speaking skilled worker, will benefit from a more streamlined process. The ability to return applications that no longer align with labor market needs ensures that nominations are prioritized for in-demand occupations, such as healthcare professionals, IT specialists, and skilled tradespeople. However, applicants must be prepared for increased scrutiny, including the possibility of in-person interviews. To avoid delays or rejections, candidates should ensure their applications are complete, accurate, and supported by verifiable documentation. Working with licensed immigration consultants or lawyers, regulated by the College of Immigration and Citizenship Consultants or the Law Society of Ontario, is critical to navigating these changes successfully. International students. International students, particularly those applying through the employer job offer, international student stream or graduate streams, master's and PhD, will see continued opportunities under the OINP. The program's focus on aligning nominations with labor market needs means that students with qualifications in high-demand fields, such as technology or healthcare, are well-positioned to benefit. The new employer portal will also simplify the process for employers sponsoring international students, potentially increasing nomination opportunities. Entrepreneurs. While the OINP's entrepreneur stream was closed in 2024, the ability to establish new streams under the Working for Workers 7 Act, 2025 opens the door for future pathways tailored to entrepreneurs. For now, entrepreneurs should monitor updates from the OINP to stay informed about potential new streams that align with Ontario's economic priorities. Employers. Ontario employers stand to gain significantly from the new employer portal, which will launch in summer 2025. By allowing direct and electronic submissions, the portal reduces administrative burdens and minimizes the risk of fraud by cutting out intermediaries. Employers in sectors like healthcare, construction, and technology can continue to recruit international talent to fill labor shortages, with greater confidence in the integrity of the nomination process. Tips for navigating the OINP in 2025. For prospective OINP applicants, the new changes underscore the importance of preparation and compliance. Here are some practical tips to succeed in the updated OINP system. Work with licensed professionals. Only engage with immigration consultants or lawyers licensed by the IRCC or the Law Society of Ontario. Verify their credentials to avoid scams. Keep your profile updated. Whether applying through the EOI system or express entry, ensure your profile reflects your current skills, work experience, and qualifications. This increases your chances of receiving an invitation to apply or notification of interest. Prepare for interviews. Be ready for potential in-person interviews by maintaining accurate documentation and being transparent about your qualifications and intentions to settle in Ontario. Stay informed. Regularly check the official OINP website, www.ontario.ca, www.ontario.ca, for updates on streams, draws, and processing times. The program's priorities can shift based on labor market needs, so staying proactive is key. Avoid fraudulent offers. Be cautious of anyone promising guaranteed visa approval or charging exorbitant fees. All OINP application forms and requirements are available for free on the IRCC and OINP websites. The Working for Workers 7 Act, 2025 marks a pivotal moment for the Ontario Immigrant Nominee Program. By cracking down on immigration fraud, streamlining application processes, and aligning nominations with labor market needs, Ontario is reinforcing its commitment to fairness, transparency, and economic prosperity. For applicants, employers, and immigration professionals, these changes offer new opportunities to navigate the OINP with confidence, provided they adhere to the updated requirements and work with licensed representatives. As Ontario prepares to launch its new employer portal and implement these reforms, the province is sending a clear message. It welcomes skilled immigrants who can contribute to its economy, but it will not tolerate those who seek to exploit the system. For anyone considering the OINP as a pathway to permanent residency, now is the time to stay informed, prepare thoroughly, and take advantage of the opportunities these changes create. For the latest updates on the OINP and the Working for Workers 7 Act, 2025, visit the official Ontario government website at www.ontario.ca or contact a licensed immigration professional. The future of immigration in Ontario is brighter and more secure than ever. That is all for today, in this video. What are your thoughts on this? Please let us know in the comments section below. Thanks for watching the entire video. Hopefully, the information is useful to you. See you later, in the next video. Till then, take care.